Hello. I want to show off a user's Holobuilding art today. I am really impressed by it. I have gotten approval beforehand to do this. Um, I asked for three. I didn't ask for three. I asked to use three from the Holobuilding channel that we have on the Earth 2 official Discord, but I ended up having six I'd like to show off because I found more than what I thought was there. And I think two were posted after I asked. I'm not sure. But before we get into that, I just want to show this is my current um, collection on Jewels in Essence. This is a daily count, and I don't know if anyone else is doing this, but I'm curious on what someone else's is, which I technically don't count anything before this 29. Because the first 3 days, basically it was random. We didn't know what we were going to get, and for some reason it fell short, and it randomly picked up we called it a boost day, but I honestly think it was kind of like a backlog of this entire, what was this, like 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, basically 2 weeks. And then I got an average of around 10 joules a day. And then for some reason, yesterday, because today I'm going to be receiving them in an hour and 10 minutes. Yesterday, I got only 8 joules, which I was kind of confused, but still happy I got. Essence, this is for 5 mentors um, for the past 4 days. 79, 60, 43, 54. Seems like a good random number, even though probably has a lot of calculations involved in it. So it still keeps it kind of averaged out to where you expect a certain degree of how much essence you receive. And now let's get into the buildings. So I captured these from most recent to the furthest back because I was just scrolling through, snipping it. So I actually want to start on the furthest back from this one user. Um, okay, I'm going to pronounce this as Lumina, but this is the only time I'm going to pronounce this person's username, just in case if I mispronounced it. But I do expect to, in the future, if this user decides to sell their blueprints, I am definitely going to be buying these blueprints I am showing here because I would love to be using these. So this I wouldn't know what to call this. I'm pulling a blank right now, but I would just say this is like a stairway up to a throne for maybe like a king or something like that, and like your standard movie or something like that. I would love to have this just to put on one of my huge properties, just to sit and just the watch the virtual nature that we'll have in the future. Um, Really nothing else I would do with it because this is literally created to just sit on top, or it would be used as a entryway to something way bigger. I don't exactly know what the inspiration was behind this, but this can be used in many, many different ways. And if you decide to buy this, you can hopefully will be able to edit blueprints we buy, which I am unsure because um, half of me wants to say you shouldn't be able to edit to keep the authenticity of the person that made it, and a part of me wants to say you can edit um, because it'll make a lot more variations as possible, kind of open up um, basically the availability of just slightly modified things. So if someone doesn't like a small portion of something that someone else built, maybe they can still buy it, modify that little tiny thing they don't agree on, and then they could be happy with it. But then again, that would get rid of credibility to the original builder because someone can go out and just say, hey, I built this, and you got a really small detail changed. But I would definitely build this. I would either use this as an entryway or just a throne to sit on top of, just to view my tiles. Second one, auditorium, stadium, actually has the AGV letters into it. That is a community side Discord that one of the moderators are either owner of or part of. I forget at the moment, but I definitely want to get this because I planned from the start that I would like to make a um a theme park, which would have included a stadium or auditorium or something like that. And the moment I saw this, this is exactly what I would have loved to have on my tiles in the future. And if I would get this, I would not even change anything if we would be able to edit it. Um, if we're not able to edit it, great. And I would just love to have the AGV on there just to support the community. Third one. Now, I actually remember them posting this on the Earth 2 Facebook community page, and this is made to look like a drill for resources, just as kind of put purpose. How can I say this? Visual purpose to a hollow building because, um, of course, hollow buildings have a volume. Hollow buildings are basically the storage of Earth 2 for resources. This was said by I forget which developer, but that's basically what hollow buildings is for now, is a potential to store resources. And I just would like to have this to put onto the one mine I have, just so it can just kind of uh, match the area that it's in. And I just love how it just looks with the hollow columns, goes up to a point, and it has its four flutes. If you actually know machining terms, I think this is a four fluted drill, and I would um, definitely place this on top of the gold mine I own. Number four, yes, number four, I would call this the bonsai tree, and I'd use this as a generic tree to decorate with on each property. This was really cheap. I think this was also on the Facebook community page because I remember seeing something being described as someone's asking like, how did you make this so cheap? And someone replied, either the creator here or just someone looking at it, and they just replied, keep it thin and you're good. You can see all the layers are pretty thin except for the trunk, not the trunk. Yeah, basically the whole section of the tree, but the roots or the base of it and the top are pretty thin, which is still looks amazing to how thin it is. And I'd love to use this as decoration. Number five, one, two, three. Yeah, I can't count. So number five, this is a build that only costs you 66 cents on the Holobuilding. Now, of course, price for e-dollars versus Essence, don't know how versatile it's going to be. I don't even know if I use that word right, I'm going to be honest. But you can either pay real money to buy Holobuilding blueprints, or you'll be able to use Essence, which was explained in the Google document that is in the Holobuilding editor whenever you hit the question mark at the bottom right corner. Now, depending on the Holobuilding price, making builds like this are really important because you're able to get something that looks great, simple yet cheap. Very last one. This is a DNA tower. I'm actually really surprised. I don't know if Earth 2 changed the way it's priced, but only being 3 cents, I am amazed. Oh wait, no, I can see right here. The circles are actually just circles and not act. I mean, what is it called? Oh, hoops. They're hoops and not circles. So yeah, this would be really cheap. I don't know if I would have a use for this, but I am going to end up getting a lot of blueprints that I would just like to have on hand, so I can kind of sort through a library, just thinking, hey, what can I use, or what do I have available to use that I already have? This would be something I would get that I would just keep on hand to use, which I think if I would be building a mega city or something like that, I would definitely be using this as like a big entryway for maybe like um a virtual university or a virtual um science lab or something like that. Um Heck, depending on the size, if I can just volume 3 meters. How tall is a meter? Nah, I forget. Oh well. But you can actually, I think you could actually change the size of this, and you may be actually able to use these hoops as steps, kind of like a fancy step. Who knows? But this is just, I would probably only use this for artwork, but this is definitely a unique artwork that has been sent in. And that's about it. And I'm actually going to go double check on my lighthouse. I am not really good at 3D stuff, even though I kind of self-taught myself how to use Fusion 360 in high school. I'm curious on how much my Holobuilding would cost. Oh, it'll still cost 93 Earth dollars. Okay. What happens if I hit edit? Okay. It's still going to. Okay, well, just to look at mine on how crappy that I can be. Let me unlock the zoom here. I made this basically to scale of what an actual lighthouse would be. I looked up like a lighthouse blueprint or something like that, and I just based it off of that. In the this is technically supposed to be the first layer is supposed to be the foundation. Hopefully, with the future terrain system that Nathaniel was developing, people have asked that will the foundation kind of morph to the land too to kind of help make it look natural. I don't know if that was answered or not. I'm hoping it does because I'd like to have this foundation kind of cut into the land and you won't be able to see all of it. And then this is the actual entryway. There will be a door right here to enter in, spiral up, and you would come up if I can, and there would be another door right here. You'll be able to walk around, have a light inside. Don't know if um how how much physics there will be in the future, but hopefully they can add something to where whenever we are in phase 3 in the far future, you can actually have a functioning lighthouse. Because I would love to have a functioning lighthouse because I have a set of private islands that it's like 4 or 5 small islands in a group, and one is smaller. Each one gets smaller than the next, and I'd like to put this on the very smallest one. I think would be really nice. But again, thank you, Lumina, for giving me permission to show off your Holobuilding artwork. I am definitely amazed by what you have done and expect me to be a future customer if you decide to sell your blueprints to this. I believe you may but of course it's your choice. But I'll definitely, whatever price your stuff is, I'm buying it as is. I'm not gonna try and negotiate. I'm not gonna try and just not buy it. I'm definitely gonna be buying a lot of your stuff in the future. Um, if you have hollow buildings you'd like to show off, please just let me know. DM me on Discord, throw a comment out, um, find a way to communicate with me. I would love to show off your builds. And I've decided for the hollow building competition or showcase, I've gotten one person on board so far. So if you're watching this and you made it till the end, till this far into the video, thank you. But if you're watching this right now and you'd like to submit something for um for like a showcase or contest or something like that, the theme for this is what a mentor should look like and not what it looks like right now. Now, I'm not trying to um, talk bad about Earth 2, but everyone can agree that it could have been better. But I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, that also reminds me. Okay, so sorry. That's actually something I wanted to showcase. So yeah, the theme for Hollow Buildings is what a mentor should look like. Now, in the Hollow Builder, you have to have everything connected to the ground. What I would like to do is I'd like to have two versions if possible. The current Mentor has a floating oval, 3D oval. So if you would want to have floating parts, just let them float and let them highlight in red, and then kind of try and edit it to where they all connect together to where there's no errors. So if someone would like to buy it in the future, they could. And let's just see what the community can make on what a mentor should look like on the limited hollow builder we have. Let me check on how long I've been recording. I might need to make a separate video. I don't know how long I've been recording. 17 minutes. So yeah, I am going to end this episode because I am trying to keep the length down around 20 minutes or to 15 to 20 minutes because the first few videos I made, they were like a half hour, and I have to agree with some users on complaining on how they're too long. So until the next video, I lost I lost track of thought. So let's just end it there.